We start today's session not with the startup, but with one company investing in startups. And I'm really happy that Jens Busse is here today from EVONIK Venture Capital, who will talk a little bit about the importance of startup ecosystems. Thank you very much, Jens. Round of applause, please.
Yeah, thank you, Martin, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here on the Innovation Monday and tell you a little bit about what we are doing at EVONIK with startups and how we look at the ecosystem of startups. So, okay, a short view into EVONIK Venture Capital. I don't explain EVONIK here. You can visit our booth. So we were established as EVONIK Venture Capital back in 2012. We have done so far 56 investments, direct investments and fund investments. We see around 1,600 companies a year, which is very important for us as a company, really to get in contact with these small startups and these innovation ideas. And we are 11 investment professionals all around the world, what means that we're not only investing in Europe, we also invest in Asia and we also invest in the US, and we have the teams there to really work closely with the startups. Why venture capital is so important for big corporations, why we are talking about all these topics. So for us, it's an access to innovation and to new technologies. For us, it gives a competitive advantage if we work with these young companies and really learn from them how to get new ideas into the future. We have access to new markets, to new business models, so that which is very important in these times, really to see new business models, especially when it comes to digitalization. So we are a chemical company, we have to learn from others how to digitize our business. We have also access to potential new technologies. So tech M&A is also part of our businesses. And of course, it's also very important to get into collaboration and discussion with these startups, really to learn them, to help them, and also learn from them. One additional topic on this is also to learn the entrepreneurial behavior within our organization to become faster, because this is, of course, one difficulty for a big corporation. And of course, we are not do this only for collaboration. As a venture capital team, our major KPI is the financial return, and of course, we also want to get attractive financial return from these activities. So with that, we try to connect both worlds. So on the one end, the startups, fast, flexible, with hopefully disruptive technologies, and tackle unneeded market match. So this is very important for us. What we can offer is broad market experience, help the companies get into the market, long-term strategy, and of course, financial strength of a big corporation. What we've seen in the past is that corporate, we call it here failures, are not behaving as good as startups. Looking at this example, we have several of them. We have the old car manufacturing GM, and we see how the numbers increase with BYD now. Of course, we know there's a slight downturn at the moment also in the automotive industry, but we can see that the companies already in a few years come to a similar number of cars. What we also seen is that 88 of the Fortune 500 companies from 1995 did not longer exist. And that what we also see is that the lifespan of these companies decrease from 67 years back in 1920 to nowadays 15 years, which is also very interesting observing. What is the key driver in innovation? What we see here are certain numbers. I do not read them all. So you see there's a lot of ongoing in venture capital. But one number is very important for us. The increase in R&D expenditure from 2013, so in the last 10 years, nearly 10 years, is only an increase of 1.6. When you look into the money that is spent into venture capital, on the lower right side, you see that there's a factor 5 in these numbers, which is very important. So you see there's more money going into startups and not so much money going into the internal R&D expenditures of companies. What we're trying to do is we are an active strategic investor, so we collaborate actively with our portfolio companies. We want to leverage the strength between EVONIK and the growth companies, And what we can really deliver is the expertise of our 32,000 employees, which can help with their technology expertise and also market expertise to help these companies coming faster to the market. Of course, we have also some experience in patent strategy, so we can also inform the companies about these topics, which is also very important for them. How we invest? Typically, we invest from growth stage, so Series A and later. We can do initially up to 4 million per company, and over the lifetime of the company, we can invest up to 15 million. We have a worldwide focus. We typically took a minority share in the companies below 20%, and we act as active partner at the board. What startups need, what we can offer. So startups need to get into the lab, to scale up their processes, get facilities, and also need regulatory support. We can offer them that by collaborating with the companies and help, especially in these topics. Networking is important, and therefore I'm happy that this fills up now, because networking is so important, and the 6 startups which are presenting here during the next hours are really, it's really important for them to collaborate with them. So we can also help with that, with our industry transformation. And we offer support as a providing infrastructure, get market access and innovation programs. And this is, of course, an opportunity for startups that they come to us and collaborate and work with us. So thank you very much. And with this small impulse, I would like to give back to Martin.